Hello everybody! Welcome back, Micah here, and today, this is the big one. This is it. You might be able to hear a helicopter in the background that's been flying over for some reason. But anyway, this is it. We've converted to isometric. Now, I noticed in the first video there was a bit of a YouTube glitch, so you know, there's the intro video. I'll just read it then. A world in chaos. One chance to stop a war that will ultimately destroy the solar system. But with the invention of hyperacceleration, a means to travel to other planets beyond the solar system became a viable option. But in their greed, they did not choose to leave and end the war. They didn't want to be seen as cowards. Rather, they sent giant harvesters to travel to distant systems and take all of the resources. It would all be shipped back to fuel an ever-growing war. Planets collapsed on themselves as their cores were mined away, leaving nothing to support the thin crust. Civilizations that lived there suddenly wiped out as easily as an ant could be stepped on. You, as leader of this organization, must orchestrate your colonies in a way that will fill your homeworld's quota in a strict deadline. Limited funds are available due to the war, so plan carefully and make sure you complete all of the assigned quotas to gain more income, strength and prosperity. So, that is that, and we'll just push escape to exit out of that. And look, we are in isometric now. Oh yes. Oh yes, here's the new city centre. It's only one tile because otherwise I would have had to have cut it up into 4 tiles and that's a bit annoying. But as you can see, it works pretty amazingly. There we go. And as you can see, we've got lakes, a nice little randomly generated lake, and it's actually sunk down a bit lower than all the other tiles. You probably won't be able to tell it because they look so different. And anyway, look, here we have different, you know, you can see the different layers of everything. So there's the grass, there's the dirt, and there's stone down there. And so we've got sand spawning around as well for some reason. It's a bit messy at the moment, but don't worry, that'll be changed. I think we'll be having sand around the lakes and maybe clusters of dirt and clusters of stone. So that's really what I wanted to highlight this episode, is just the isometricness of everything. We still haven't got round to the bug where a city centre spawns on every planet, but we will do. We will do. And as you can see, it's all quite nice, and here's a little forest here as well, and another little lake. I think forests don't spawn as much as they used to. But, you know, that's fine, because from forests you're going to be getting carbon, and, yeah, we might have giant forest planets like, you know, what you would get from Endor from Star Wars. And so this is the city centre here. It's been completely redesigned. Looks nice and industrial, as it should, because I didn't think the other city centre looked too industrial, and in fact a lot of the buildings just seemed a bit cautious, or careful, shall we say. And so for that reason I'm going to do all of the tiles again completely differently and looking way more industrial, because these are aliens who come to planets and strip them dry. They don't care about the environment at all, and I, just felt that all of the other planets were a bit too safey, I would think. We need to add mouse movement and whatever, and so that's to be done. But as you can see, we've got water sources, which you won't be able to build on, because no. And, oh, this one's got a lot more trees, I think, at first glance. Looks like it. And so the gameplay is basically going to be exactly the same, but it's just a matter of isometric now, as opposed to anything else. And I think it'll work well. There are 1 or 2 things we still need to get working on, is finding the mouse position on an isometric grid and snapping it to that, so we can place buildings down or whatever. So if you know how to do that, please email me. The email will be in the description. or just tell me in the comments if you don't mind using the new Google Plus comments. But so yeah, we've got two nice forests here. Pretty identical, but you know, what can you do? Then we've got our water world, which is pretty much all water, so you're not really going to have too much use for water worlds, really, because there won't really be any point to them. We might, they could be, alright, I think what we'll do is we'll make them, you know, rich in maybe oxygen, or that you can get more plasma faster on them because there's, I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure out a use for water planets eventually. We might put trees on some things, you know, so carbon-rich planet would be good. Construction menu. Oh, what's this? Oh, I think that's usually the ore drill, but we haven't got around to that. So anyway, we've still got all this going on. Our solar map hasn't changed one bit, and I don't think we're going to change it because it works well. It really does work well, and I do like it a lot. Oh, and also, as you can see, if I do this, ta-da, the minimap is fixed now, and you can still hide it and show it with F2. And so that works quite well. One thing we still haven't got yet is this, however, and you know, that's still a problem. And it probably will be for a while until we can get that sorted out. But when we can, it'll be great. I think it'll work well and nice. It'll look real nice, I think. But just planets everywhere here, and the sun's gobbled up half of another one. Yeah. So it's still a bit of galaxy generation to work on, because the whole galaxy is going to be generated probably a little differently shortly. But that's mainly what I wanted to get across, is just this here, all this isometric new stuff. I think, personally, I think it looks amazing. If well, it's definitely a step up from what it used to be. If you go and check out, you know, or if you've even already seen episode 1 or 2, you know, it was completely flat and it was a bit boring. But what you would expect of most RTS games now is that they are either isometric or full 3D, and we don't have the resources for full 3D right now. With your support, guys, if you support this game, we can see it going a lot further. I think it was the right move to definitely the right move to transfer to isometric, because isometrics would beat 2D top down any day. Again, that reminds me, in the last video I said that we had a 1D picture, but that would have just been a line, and so I was mistaken there. It's not 1D, it's 2D top down. This is all still 2D, and technically it's technically everything's 2D on a screen, but who cares about that? It's isometric. That's the best thing. Isometricity. Isometricity? Would that work? Yeah, let's go with that. Isometricity. And so we've got a nice little starting planet to work with. You got a few trees and a forest right next to you. Hang on. Yeah, okay, good. I was just checking if the world generation was the same for everything. So we've got stone deposits over here. I don't know, does it look a bit too much like clay? Should I change some of the textures? If you think anything about anything, do feel free to tell me anything that you would suggest or what we should do, because we've got a definite plan of where we're going with this game. It's just a matter of implementing everything. So if you think you've got some original good ideas that we weren't planning on implementing but that sound really good, you can just comment in the comments below or email us again, which will be in the description. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.